My name is Shireen Khalid Wadood. I am based in Pakistan. I've been working in this humanitarian sector since the last 8 years. I have worked in different international organizations. I've had the experience of working beyond my country in international projects like in Kabul, in Denmark, and even in Switzerland. When I was taking this BBR course, I am and I was back then currently appointed as the executive director of a local organization called Alliance for Integrated Development. Since I joined this role and this position, back then there were floods in the country in Pakistan back in 2022. During those days, although we were aware of the humanitarian coordination structure, but only in theory, we never had a chance to practice. And over here, there was a kind of monopoly for organizations that only the big fish get to interact with the humanitarian country team. These are the dynamics here. So when I joined, initially in theory, I knew that no, there is the HCT, there is the OCHA office, and there are these technical working groups, but how to approach them or what is the coordination mechanism, I didn't really know that. But I guess taking the BBR course, it kind of highlighted those and kind of put things into perspective in terms of who to reach out when and how does the system actually activate in terms of the cluster approach and everything. So in my current role, coming back to it, my current role involves being involved in different technical working groups in kind of, because the clusters are deactivated in Pakistan for now. But in terms of reaching out to different organizations and networking and on different forums too. So which have representatives from your international community and from these HCT and all those other projects that are being run in the country. So my role involves, it's a matrix kind of a role, but in terms of coordination, I'm actually on the forefront with the country teams now. Initially, when I joined this sector, my scope was very limited in terms of just delivering what was expected of my role within a particular organization, especially being the executive director when I particularly took this course. And in the backdrop of this emergency situation in Pakistan, which was the floods of 2022, coincidentally, the timing aligned with that. So back then, we knew that there were different organizations working and there were different organizations trying to deliver the best response that they could. We were one of them, but we didn't really know if we were doing the right thing or if what we were doing, is it really needed, because there are so many other organizations working in that particular area. So there was lack of coordination, and even if there were some working groups there, nobody would I didn't know that there was a working group activated there, because in Pakistan there was no formal mechanism of actually announcing or actually rolling out a notification that this is a particular working group and this organization like WFP is leading the livelihood working group, or that this organization is leading this particular working group. So we were just focused on delivering what we could. There was a lack of clarity on who is doing what, and there was even a lack of clarity if our efforts are being duplicated elsewhere, or if we are duplicating somebody else's effort, or we could optimize our resources in a better way to what was particularly needed. Thankfully, or luckily, I can say I got enrolled in this BBR course, although I had taken an online course prior to that. But of course, there's a difference. Mine was held in Kathmandu, Nepal. And when I actually went there, and initially they walked us through the theory part and they walked us through the group works. And then there was a simulation. And that got me thinking that, yes, this, it kind of opened up paradigms that were there, but I wasn't aware of. And it opened up paradigms in terms of, creating the best coordinated response. There are so many, they showed us the coordination mechanism actually, because let's suppose my head office is in Peshawar, Pakistan. And there are, let's say, hundreds of organizations working here. And in flood particularly, that effort was multiplied. So we didn't really know that beforehand, but after that course, it actually got me a vision that, yes, this is how it works. And just because I reached out to an organization doesn't mean, usually it happens in a way that if you reach out to somebody as an organization, the other things that, they're actually trying to pry on us, or perhaps they're trying to see what we're doing. And, we particularly see that we can actually learn from each other in terms of best practices. But in practicality, we've seen that people actually steer clear and they try to establish themselves as the best, as the trendsetters or the best ones. BBR actually opened up a great door for me in terms of coordinating. And after that, it got, and of course, we learned the hierarchy of the humanitarian coordination structure and the whole system. And after that, when we came back, of course, we had several people representing different organizations from Pakistan, even in our batch. And when we came back, we've been in touch. We've got chances to meet up. We've set up our own WhatsApp groups even. And because we work in the same sector, we've had opportunities to work with several of them. We keep sharing over our WhatsApp group. We keep sharing our best practices or any lesson learned that we have, or even we know from each other that this organization is working, let's say, on the livelihood, or this is working in the wash sector. So that kind of gives us an informal overview as well. That might not have been possible if we hadn't taken that course. Theoretically, I was aware of the core concepts, but the major thing that really helped me and that really kind of boosted my knowledge and boosted my own confidence in terms of my own coordination was the in-person training. Because in online version is something that it gets kind of it gets there, it gets at the back of your mind, but you do not know how to apply it and where. The in-person training, and especially the simulation activity, that was something that that went above and beyond the theoretical concepts or the even the plenary discussions. The simulation was, and the ours was a very great one, I would say. I was not expecting that. It went even beyond the case studies, and you know we would know that it would actually give us a visual of what was happening and what to expect when you go out as an organization in a humanitarian context, let's say, how to coordinate with the government. And it's not like one thing after the other, it's several different things all together, and it depends on you how you have to how you manage each and every aspect. So for me particularly, the simulation, that really it opened up my eyes in terms which wouldn't have been possible otherwise. That simulation, it actually gave us a real an in-depth analysis of how to deal with this everything, every stakeholder. Because at times we think we just pick one stakeholder, we try to keep them informed, or depending on their sphere of influence, but then we kind of willingly or unwillingly we kind of overlook the others. But that gave us a really in-depth idea of how to keep everybody involved, because government, it has its own sphere of influence and interest within your scope of activities. Same goes for your other organizations, same goes for your local organizations. They might support you in ways that we might not have access to certain areas. So that so that simulation, it actually opened up my eyes into how to holistically keep every stakeholder involved, and how to reach out to them, not just wait for them to reach out to us. Because at times in an emergency situation, there's lack of information even for organizations. So that gave me an idea of how I can reach out to them, and how I can ask what they're doing and where. And then we can sit down and make our own plan within our team, so that we can optimize our resources and not duplicate whatever is being done. If somebody comes to me inquiring about BBR or expressing their interest, I would encourage them. I would say, if that whoever is interested in BBR, to be aware of their humanitarian landscape within their country, and to do their homework, read up the basics, and then BBR walks you through the rest that is needed.